Rhea Ripley competes in her first Money in the Bank ladder match, gets buried by multiple WWE stars. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Rhea Ripley competed in her first Money in the Bank ladder match on the latest WWE Premium Live event. She was buried under multiple ladders during the bout. Mommy used Alexa Bliss to dropkick Naomi, who was holding a ladder. Julia and Roxy attacked Ripley and Bliss, and Stephanie Vacker wiped out the Beautiful Madness and the Prodigy with a springboard crossbody. Vacker hit a double underhook lung blower, and Naomi spiked Rhea onto a ladder. Roxanne Perez hit the former Judgment Day member with a springboard moonsault onto a ladder. Perez and Julia tossed a bunch of ladders onto Rhea Ripley, burying her in the process. The two former NXT stars then dropped Alexa Bliss onto the side of a ladder, and Rhea rose from the ashes and took out Julia. Stephanie Vacker hit Mommy with the Devils on top of a ladder, and the Dark Angel nearly grabbed the briefcase, but Roxanne Perez stopped her. Alexa Bliss and Roxy performed a sunset flip on top of a ladder in stereo. In the end, Naomi pushed Bliss and Rhea off a ladder, climbed up, and retrieved the briefcase. This was Rhea Ripley's first ladder match in WWE, but she was unable to get the win. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley entered the women's Money in the Bank ladder match as a fan favorite. However, the final moments of the match saw her take a face-first fall from a ladder onto another ladder, allowing Naomi to unhook the briefcase. Here are 3 reasons why Mommy didn't become Miss Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley is one of the most popular stars in WWE's women's division right now. The Eradicator held the Women's World Championship for a year in her first reign and won it back on Raw's Netflix debut after previously relinquishing it due to an injury. Her feud with Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day has significantly elevated Mommy's standing in the last 12 months. Despite not being in the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 41, Ripley eventually found her way in at the last minute. Needless to say, the Aussie can organically enter a title feud and doesn't need the Money in the Bank contract to win the Women's World Championship again. IYO Sky had dethroned Rhea Ripley on a March 2025 episode of Raw with this year's Women's Elimination Chamber match winner, Bianca Belair, spectating everything with the commentators. The EST of WWE had cheered for the damaged CTRL star on one occasion when she had fallen near the announce desk. This ticked Mommy off, who fought with Belair and lost her title owing to being distracted because of the EST's presence. In reality, Rhea Ripley had suffered a clean defeat against the Japanese star. The same happened at WrestleMania 41 when IYO Sky retained her title in a triple threat against Mommy and Belair. Right now, the Aussie isn't making any impulsive moves, but she has let the damaged CTRL star know that she is after the title. Thus, the two are still locked in a feud that is waiting to get physical. This year's Crown Jewel Premium Live event will take place in Perth, Australia. This makes it very likely that WWE may try to put the Women's World Championship on Rhea Ripley at the PLE, who will have the home crowd support. Last time at the 2024 Elimination Chamber, Mommy had defended the title against Nia Jax in Perth. The Aussie fans cheered the Eradicator from the moment she made her entrance until she won the match and held the belt high. Thus, WWE will probably try to recreate the same magic once again. Moreover, she can also win the Women's World Championship ahead of the PLE and enter her home turf as a title holder once again. It will be interesting to see what lies ahead for Ripley after Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley walked into WWE's Money in the Bank as one of the favorites to win the women's ladder match, due to the power and strength advantage she had over everyone in the match. Mommy was arguably the biggest star out of the 6 women who collided in the iconic bout, which was her first ladder match in WWE. However, Ripley came up short in the end, as it was Naomi who retrieved the briefcase to secure herself a future title match at a time of her choosing in the next 365 days. Fans expected Ripley to dominate the entire match, or at least have some huge moments where she would have been able to showcase her power. While she got a monster pop upon her entrance, Ripley didn't quite have the same grip on the ladder match that people thought. Unfortunately for the 28-year-old, her most memorable moment of the bout was falling victim to Stephanie Vacker's popular Devil's Move. The former WWE NXT superstar took things to the next level at Ripley's expense, though, opting to hit her with the move on a ladder rather than on the mat as usual. Thankfully, Ripley didn't appear to suffer any serious injuries throughout the match, which means she should be able to get straight back to business. The former Judgment Day star might have dominated the women's division over the last couple of years, but ever since she lost her women's world title against Anoa'i Sky, she has struggled to have the same level of success. Winning the Money in the Bank briefcase could have opened the door for her to get back on the top of the division. Mommy holding the briefcase would have been very dangerous for any champion in WWE, as her being able to cash in at a time of her choosing is a situation that's hard to see her losing out on. However, that wasn't to be, and WWE fans are now left worried about her future in the company. The WWE Universe took to social media to question how small her role in the ladder match was, with fans seemingly nervous about her dropping down the card moving forward. With the 2025 Money in the Bank now in the history books, it'll be interesting to see what the future holds for Rhea Ripley. Buddy Matthews has shown his support for his wife, Rhea Ripley, on social media. He posted a message while Ripley's match was ongoing at WWE Money in the Bank 2025. The Eradicator was part of a ladder match, which featured 6 women going head-to-head for the MITB briefcase. The bout promised a one-way ticket not only to a future title match, but also to a potential world title win. In the past, every holder of the Women's Money in the Bank contract has gone on to win championship gold. On his latest Instagram story, Buddy Matthews shared a picture of his routine for the day. This included him going to the gym, having rehab seemingly for his ankle injury, swimming in his pool, and then watching Rhea Ripley potentially win at Money in the Bank. He also mentioned how he was going to watch UFC later tonight at Grand Slam Australia. In February 2025, Matthews challenged Kazuchika Okada for the AEW Continental Championship. He put up an incredible fight, but eventually fell to the Rainmaker. A crucial moment that may have led to his downfall was when he sustained an ankle injury before the bell rang. He tweaked his ankle during his entrance, but was able to work through this and have a good match. Last month, he talked about his condition and mentioned how it was not a major injury. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful confirmed a few days ago that Matthews was away from AEW TV because he was still working on his recovery and rehabilitation. Before his absence, Buddy Matthews and Brody King, known as the Hounds of Hell, were on a great run. King has been able to hold his own in Matthews' absence and has cemented his place as a solid singles competitor.